You got those pictures, Ruben, on your phone?
Yeah.
Let's check them out.
There was some reference, Terry said something about hot air coming out somewhere where you didn't expect it to.
Okay, when we were taking off the soffit vents,
Yeah.
Ruben discovered, you know, the air was coming in on itself, you know, at the vent location.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
the
pretty
air was
rare.
blowing-
It was
actually,
starved for air.
yeah.
So much so when we released one vent,
Ah.
the next one is drawing in air.
Really?
Yeah, and when he pulled down these vents, there was the mice, the birds nesting, and all those kind of things. So that's bizarre. Normally, you don't see all of that vermin activity in the intake vent location. But maybe they were starving for like air, or they were trying to get out with the light or something. I don't know.
See, this is what the inside of the vents look like, and there were like clumps of dirt and stuff on some of them, and you can see that they were just clogged up with.
Yeah. Wow.
And the mix of different types of vents.
Yeah.
If there's 3 foot difference between the lower vents and the highest vents,
Yeah.
they just work against each other.
Wow.
So what's happening is when this turbine turns, it's sucking air in these exhaust vents
Oh.
this far.
Oh,
So
really?
nothing's happening over here.
Oh.
And then we did find out that this is the only vent that has a hole. That one doesn't have a hole. It's just up there.
Why?
Can you imagine?
Somebody didn't do the job right.
And then you have another turbine down here low.
Yeah.
Then you have more turbines and vents over here.
Yeah.
And then you have these vents up on top. So
It's
we're
mixed.
taking all those off.
Yeah, we're going to cut them all off and position them to the highest peak, like you talked about in your email. You said, "What is that all about, Sean?" Yeah, put them at the highest point.
The system is just short circuited.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So we're
right.
making sure that all the intakes are clear and they're all new, and then we're taking all these other vents off,
Okay.
and then we're going to put the big solar powered vent. And what we're going to do is we're going to position it against where this one is, but higher,
Yeah.
because this is more centralized to your whole home.
The whole area.
Yeah.
Out there.
And so we don't want to worry about trying to get in the middle of this section because there's a lot of home in this to the west of that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's one of the things. that
Okay.
we're
Okay.
looking at.
That looks good.
Yeah, good. So we got the initial temperature readings.
Okay.
95 degrees in the attic, 70 something degrees outside. That's too hot. So we'll take another temperature reading after we install the solar power vent, and we'll get an idea of what that's working like.
Oh my God.
was in on one of the old ones. It looked like he was trying to get out, but he couldn't make it out.
No, I sure couldn't.
No free rotors, no freeloaders.
And I think that so far we've found 7 birds
7 birds.
so far.
So, will they keep coming in?
No, I don't know.
Well, the
how
new
they
vents that we've got are
I don't know how they got in.
maybe the wood roof. I don't know. Before it switched over.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'm sure the fresh air vents have been on there since probably since your home was built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when they put the new roof on, I don't know what. I mean, I'm not
You know,
sure what they do.
Well, this is a big house. It's a big attic, and it's a big roof.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a challenge to ventilate this attic properly, regardless of who your contractor is. You know, so the fact that you got with Air Vent and Air Vent referred you back to us, and then we're out here helping you fix it—that's a miracle, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really, Ruben's got over 30 years experience in doing this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and I got 20 years. He
Yeah.
trained me.
Yeah.
So between the two of us, there aren't very many people in town that have as much attic experience as we do. So we're up there like kids in a candy store looking at your attic. We're like, oh my God, look at the duct, the vents, the holes aren't cut right. So we're putting the new vents on, positioning them to the peak, putting on that $800 solar power vent with the controller inside so you can manipulate the temperature inside and keep a track on how hot it is up there.
Yeah, good.
Oh, this is all great technology. They didn't really even have that, say, a couple years ago. This is all new stuff. So we love it. So, all right, appreciate the opportunity.
I'm glad we found you.
Yeah, I am too. Is this, which way is the front? This looks like
That's the closet.
that's like in Willy Wonka where it dumps you out into the backyard, isn't it? All right, thanks. We'll see you.
Secret place.
So next week, do you want us to call you, or are you just going to?
Well, we're going to get back with you. We're going to give you your space with your visitors,
Yeah.
and then we'll get back to it next weekend and finish up the top part.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, look here. Thank you.
house. That's a challenging roof to ventilate right there. As pitched as it is, as big as it is. Now we'll wrap this up. Let's walk to the back. I wanted to show you the power vent we're using, and then just show you briefly the condition of the soffit vents. Oh, here is the solar power vent from AirVent. This thing is going to alleviate a lot of hot air. Our 9930 TR, up to 2,800 square feet, with a remote mounted solar panel and an interior monitoring device. The controllers in the box. We got quick plugs that we're using to block up the deck after we take off the thing. We got the duct work for the vent in the attic. We've got the old vents Ruben's been taking off with the dead bird right here. Awesome. These vents weren't letting anything in. We got the new soffit vents, of course. These are fresh. These are the old ones, clear as can be. So that's going to be the magic right there. Take a look at the back of this roof. Looking, now that we've been inside, it makes a whole lot more sense. How you got that light coming in out of that turbine, but not a lot of light coming in out of these fresh air vents.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a mix of vents. We got vents over here, we got vents, we got turbines, we got vents high, we got vents low. And we need to position all the vents to the very peak of the roof, and then close off all the competing vents. And then take all the bird.
See line coming in that turbine.
Yeah, that's the one. And we could position that solar panel vent up there.
Yeah,
That'll be the
closest to that hip.
All right, guys, that's it. That's how to fix your attic.